I can't stand that woman. Hey, for you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Jeff. Everybody knows me as SHOVELHEADFFEJ, and the reason why, if you haven't figured out, is because Jeff backwards is Fej. I like Shovelhead, so yep, there, SHOVELHEADFFEJ. You know, it's hard to make this video, man. You know, especially at my age. At my age, you're supposed to be done with life, you know. You're supposed to sit down in a chair and slowly die, you know. And I'm a father. I'm a grandfather. I'm a husband, and I'm a friend, and I have people who look up to me. I have some people who look down at me, and the looking down is kind of becoming more and more. You know, I don't know. I don't know. First of all, listen, I didn't write anything down. I didn't gather my thoughts. You know, this is like one of them things where you can't write nothing down. I mean, everything is, you know, everything is coming from the heart. And I hate how on YouTube, man, or TikTok, Instagram, Dickety Doc, whatever it's called, man, it's like, oh, hey, look what I had for lunch. Hey, look at me. Oh, look at me. Oh, I'm shit. And everything else like it's like everything emotion that, you know, they got to put it on there, you know. And I'm just not that guy. And it's a hard thing to do, man. Let me just start off by saying that I love my wife, and I know that my wife loves me. And not to justify, but my wife also knew how I was when she met me. And she also knew how I'm going to be my entire life, man. And, let me start, you know, let me start by saying when I was young, when I was real young, you know, some things happened, you know. And then you start hanging around with the cool guys, you know, and the older guys, and you know, and you want to be cool, you want to be tough, especially where I grew up. I grew up in Miami. I grew up during the 60s, and it was a wild time, man. 60s and 70s, and if you're young enough to. If you're young enough to know, read about the 70s and history, that's one thing. But if you're old enough to remember the 70s, well, you probably weren't there. But anyway, man, you know, it's like everything else. It started off just simple, man. It started off small. You know, you just, you know, it just kind of became a way of life, you know. I started off small, started off slow, and then one became two, and two became three, and three became four, and so on and so on. Everybody knows about addictions and stuff like that. I had a good job. And I had a decent career. What I did on the weekend was my own business, and I never let it interfere with my my job through the rest of the week. You know, some people kind of suspected maybe, but nobody really knew, because I was always able to keep everything together. And you know, when you're young, man, you want girls and you want chicks. And, you know, when I started doing this, man, it's like I would go to the parties and all of a sudden, man, I was Eddie Van Halen, or I was David Lee Roth, or you know, Steven Tyler or something like that. Everybody, you know, all the girls wanted to hang around me. All the girls wanted to be around me. All the girls wanted to go with me, you know, which was cool when you're young. You know, and then as you get older, you know, you try to put all that to the side and you become responsible and all grown up and got the tie, and then it's Mr. Jeff and all that other stuff. You know, but that only lasts a short time because you're just faking it, you know, because I am what I am. And so I gave it up for a very short period of time until I got comfortable with my job. And I went back to it. And you know, over the years, it just got worse and worse. And like I said, I mean, I love my wife, you know. And she knew what I did, and she knew what I was, you know. She's never tried to change me, you know. I mean, even the other day, you know, Chopper Rod even started talking to me about it, you know. And I'm like, oh, man. And what really pisses me off is listen, I'm not throwing nobody under the bus, but he ain't no better than me. He ain't no different than me. Then my wife starts talking about it, you know, and so now they do the big intervention. And they said that it's time for me to go to some type of rehab. I'm too old. I enjoy it too much. I ain't got much time left anyway. And I'm gonna do just like Amy Winehouse or whatever her name was. They tried to get me to go to rehab, and I just said, nope, 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 nope. Motorcycles are one hell of an addiction.